Hey everyone, what's going on? Joey Contino here, and how many times have you gone out to eat some Old Bay crabs at your favorite restaurant and then afterwards go to an ice cream parlor and get ice cream, right? It's that mix of Old Bay, kind of like, that really like spiciness plus that sweetness of ice cream that is the perfect mix. So I figured, let's go ahead and combine that. Let's do an Old Bay ice cream. I know your stomach's probably hurting just thinking about that, but I promise you this is going to be good, especially because we're adding caramel to it. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. A special thank you out to my patrons on patreon.com. Because of them, we can make fun videos like this. If you want to support the channel and have your name at the end of the video, all you have to do is click the links in the description below. Anyway, let's get started. You're probably saying to yourself, I'm having deja vu. Didn't he just make ice cream not too long ago? Yes. Last year we made a pork roll ice cream, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it was amazing, better than anything you've ever tasted. Go back and check out that video and give it a try. This time, it is going to be Old Bay, and yes, I love Old Bay. This is something that my family makes fun of me for because I got an Old Bay mug, we got Old Bay everything. From hats, scarves, we had all crazy socks, you name it. Everything is Old Bay. So for me, this is something that I hope that I like because I want to make this all the time. So what will you need for this project? First is going to be an ice cream maker. This is something you can legitimately get at Walmart for like $25. Right now it's the end of summer/fall, so you can get this on clearance for $15. Honestly, you can. So along with that, it also comes with, everything that goes inside of it that you'll need, plus the top. So that stuff you can buy as a kit. Something that you will 100% need is going to be, besides a bag of ice, will be rock salt. You need this because this is what makes the temperature kind of go crazy in the ice to pretty much make everything over here icy enough to become ice cream. Along with that, you're gonna need like 4 really important things. 5 if you count the mix. First is the mix itself. I went vanilla cream. There's a lot of different flavors out there, but I'm trying to make this as nice as possible with Old Bay, and I figure vanilla is kind of good. To add a little more flavor, I'm putting caramel inside of it because I like caramel swirling things, so I figured that might taste good together. Once again, this has never been done before, so I don't really know. But to really make the ice cream, you're gonna need heavy whipping cream. You're gonna use 2 cups of these, and then milk, 2 cups of this. And of course, Acme never has what I need, so we're using 2 reduced fat milk. I know, Acme's really let me down this summer. On top of that, you'll need different containers to, once this is done, you have to put it in the freezer for a little bit, and I figure metal tin, it's gonna make it even colder. I'm actually gonna put this in there just right now. That way, it's cold and ready to pour this into there, and that it could freeze a little bit more in the freezer. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. When it comes to the canister, it has to be chilled to the touch, so we put it in the freezer for like 3-4 minutes. Now we're gonna mix everything together. I tried to make this as easy as possible so that anyone could do this at home. That's if you actually like this recipe. We're starting off with the heavy whipping cream. We're going to need 2 cups. So first, I'm going to put this in here, shake it up for a second. 2 cups, and you're gonna pour it right into the canister. Last time I know we made way too much ice cream, but everyone actually liked it. So we kept it for a while. So 2 cups of heavy whipping. And then 2 cups of reduced fat milk. I'm not even supposed to be having dairy, so not a good deal on my behalf. 2 cups in. I'm gonna put this stuff back in the fridge. Then it's gonna be time to add in the Old Bay and then the package. Time to add in the mix. We're gonna add the whole thing. Try not to make a mess. It's actually while we're doing it outside. Actually smells pretty good. Can you guys smell it on camera? No, I know you can't smell it on camera, but actually this smells pretty good. Now this is where it gets interesting. Old Bay, how much do you add in? You're not supposed to be overpowering, okay? It's supposed to be a little taste. So after talking it over with a few folks, they said just put a little dollop in there. What's a dollop? I have no idea. So I'm assuming we're gonna go with a tablespoon. Maybe we just go teaspoon. Let's just say teaspoon, okay? And oh, this is interesting. Look at that's. I think that might be enough there. Now, as the machine is going, this is going to expand. So, you know, you only want to put, they say, a maximum of 2/3. So here we're not even at a half. We're playing it safe. Everything is in the canister, so let's make some ice cream. We have to add in the middle part. This is going to be scraping off the edges of this canister. That's kind of what's making the ice cream, because outside you get the chemical reaction and inside has to keep moving if not only the outside gets frozen. So we're going to stick this inside until it's sitting in the middle, and then this piece jumps in the middle so that it stays in there. Okay. Then this is going to sit right in the middle of in here. And make sure it's sitting perfectly in the middle. Now we have to get ice and put it on the outside, but only about 3 inches of ice. So we got 7 pounds of ice here. What we're going to do is do 3 inches of ice on each side. My suggestion would be to probably throw your ice bag on the floor to get rid of these big chunks, or at least put it outside just for a little bit. And once you get to about 3 inches on each side, you're going to add in a 1/2 inch of rock salt. Now, there is a lot of different kinds of rock salt you can buy, but to be honest with you, I just stick to the main brand just to play it safe. All right, it's about, I'd say it's about 3 inches now, so let's add in the salt. In comes the rock salt. See, we did a 1/2 inch around it, probably just to move all of this extra stuff around. Okay, make sure it's even. And now, 3 inches of ice. Essentially, you want in the middle 2 different rows of that rock salt. Hey, one thing, definitely cold. Next time I'm doing this, we're wearing gloves. Though it's summertime, so it would be weird to wear gloves. Okay, and it's time once again for more rock salt. And we're just going to continue this until it reaches the top. Which actually we might be doing right here. Now that you have it all the way to the top rim with ice, it's time to get the machine going, which is super easy. Essentially, you're just gonna click this on to the top part here and turn it on. This clips it on the sides. And we gotta plug it in. And here we go. So it is now mixing. Take a look inside, you can see it's rotating. I know both things are rotating. Essentially, as long as the edges are getting scraped, it's fine. And now we just kind of wait. This could take anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes, depending on the temperature outside. In the summertime, it takes a while, but since we kind of waited for sunset, it shouldn't take too long. But one thing I want you to keep in mind is, as it's going, that ice is melting. So your extra ice, you're gonna keep adding on the edges so that that chemical reaction keeps on happening. So for right now, we're gonna sit down, kind of wait. As it gets closer to the end, that's when we'll add in our caramel swirl. So let's hang out for a little bit. While we're waiting for the ice cream to harden up, just watching the sunset. It's absolutely gorgeous out tonight, right? I mean, look at that sky. Such a beautiful day and a beautiful sunset. Whew! And here's our little setup. It's sitting there. The ice cream is rising, by the way. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see in there that it is thickening up finally. See, it's scraping off the sides. That's what we want. We also need to add more ice because it's starting to melt. You can see it's sticking really well now. It's almost done in there. And I did add more ice. It's been on for about 25 minutes, and I just showed you it is sticking a lot in here, which is great news. It's pretty much the consistency that you want it to be in 25 minutes. Now it's gonna be time to add in the caramel. So first, let's turn this off and let's sit. The reason why I wanted to wait last to add in the caramel because you don't want this to completely be mixed in it. You kind of want it to be a little accent here and there, but you still want to mix it a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this off. For once to get off, there we go, pop it off. This is going to start popping up and floating up because there's a lot of water inside. You're going to take the main lid off. Look inside. Look how good that looks. Right? Very creamy. Actually smells, it's a little orangey. You can kind of see there's a little bit Old Bay in it. But now we're going to get this, and essentially this is just topping for a sundaes. And we're just going to sprinkle it in just a little bit. Let it mix. We'll put a little more on top once we're finally done. So lid back on. Put this right on top. Okay, and we're only going to let this spin just a few times. So I'm not going to put it down all the way. I'm going to let it spin on its own. It's spinning, and now I'm mixing. I'm literally only going to let it mix for a little bit just to add some swirls into the ice cream or the caramel. And then take a look inside. I think that might be enough. We'll see if we need to add more swirls in there. Here, bring it closer. Let's see. Take the lid off. Do we need more swirls? Yeah, it looks like it's all went to the bottom, so add a little more swirl. A little more here, a little more there. And we'll do a few more seconds of this. And then it's gonna be time to put it in the freezer. You don't have to put it in the freezer, you can eat it right now. But I like mine a little bit harder. So let it sit just for a second. Okay, unplug it. And now we got some swirls in there. You can see the caramel over here and over there. We're gonna get our container out and put the ice cream in the freezer. We already pre-chilled one of these bad boys, but I know there's a lot, so I bought some extra ones to freeze to give to friends. Every good Italian knows you keep the regatta or your different kind of yogurts. So we're gonna take out this middle part here. You can see how nice and thick it is. Wow. Look at that, nice and thick. Actually, I can put this right in here. We're gonna add more caramel to it as well. So first, let's move this out of the way. Take out our canister and start scooping it in. Kind of has, it looks vanilla-y. Keep talking. It looks kind of vanilla, but you can also see like a little bit, just a very little bit of like orange in there from the Old Bay. I don't know if you could see that. But maybe it could be from the caramel as well. We put all the mix into this tray. It is still pretty hard, but it's starting to melt because it's summertime. So I'm gonna add just some more drizzle on top. When we scoop it, they'll of course all mix up. And now I'm gonna put this in the freezer for about 10 minutes. Do yourself a favor, clean up and make sure everything is perfectly clean so that while that's freezing and your wife doesn't walk in and go, oh my God, the house is a mess. What did you do in here? Why does it smell like Old Bay met with cream cheese? So we're gonna clean up and come back in 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes, so let's go ahead and take out the ice cream and give it a try. I'm really interested to see what this is gonna taste like because you don't imagine Old Bay tasting good when it comes to ice cream. You can see it's definitely frozen. Look at all these swirls. Time to scoop it in. And it's been outside for like a few minutes now, so it's starting to melt. So, you know, with any kind of soft serve, it melts fairly quickly. So there's one, and I've got one other victim today who's gonna help me try this off camera. All right, I'm not gonna add any more sprinkles of Old Bay on top of it. I think this is just enough, but I do have my keep going. I'm not gonna sprinkle more Old Bay on top of it, but I do have my Old Bay mug, so I'll probably have some coffee in a second. Let's give this a try. First without the caramel, okay? That is a very different taste. It actually tastes really good. You get like a little, all right, you only taste the Old Bay as a kick. It starts off creamy, then it becomes caramely, and then you get the Old Bay kick at the end. Oh, they have to make this. This is actually really good. It's the aftertaste you get the Old Bay in. For once, I actually like this. Who would think that Old Bay would be good with ice cream? I mean, me. I would think that. All right, give this a try. Come on. She's staying off camera. What do you think?
It's not bad.
It's not bad, right? Wait for the aftertaste. Can you taste the after of the Old Bay in the back of your throat?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's weird.
It's weird, but it's good. Anyway, if you want to try your Old Bay ice cream, the Old Bay ice cream recipe we made, I'll put the instructions on this video. And McCormick and Old Bay, reach out to me. We should do this. I think people would actually enjoy this. Anyway, if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. And let me know in the comment section, would you try this? It's actually really good. Anyway, I'm Joe as always. I'll see you on the beach. See you later. Bye.